in the future. We can't draw the whole picture. Your children are not your children. They are the sons and daughters of life's longing for itself. They come through us, but they don't come from us. You know, and we can't go into their dreams. We got to get them to think better than we thought. Because as I was saying, the questions that little kid was answering, you got grown people that can't answer those questions that readily.
Yeah.
You know, and so when they master that kind, because along with that cadence, there comes a logical, mathematical pattern for thinking. And when they get tired, or they might get tired of, oh, we come in here, this is only 3 weeks now. Oh, we tired of this, we want to do something else. Well, what do you want to do? I want to start a business. I want to start a business. Well, what kind of business do you want to start? Let's see how we can help you start a business. You know, and then we start to give them, you know, bigger and bigger bites of how the macro development of business thought and entrepreneurial thought would come into play. What happened?
Yeah, absolutely. No, you can see I'm back to taking notes, because what it seems like, you know, what you were addressing was a notion that we refer to as habits of mind. And, you know, the things that the mindsets that come with, you know, having that entrepreneurial, am I still here? Okay. Having that entrepreneurial.
Is there any way that you could do that in a separate screen, and that everybody is still like we're seeing that as a separate page by chance?
Seeing it as I'm not sure, and that might have happened because. So what are you seeing now? So what are you seeing now? Just the screen, just my screen.
I see your screen in the corner, and the Word document that you're creating is got the big picture.
Okay, yeah. This is just a screen share to show the notes. I'm not sure of how to be able to readjust. It could have been. If it wasn't looking like this before, it was probably because I wasn't recording, and I did hit the record button. So I just want to let everyone be aware of the fact that this is a recording. If you're not interested in having your face seen, you can go ahead and go to turn your camera off, and then I'll make sure that I edit that part out if you're not interested in having your face seen. But I did want us to just kind of, you know, be thinking about what that means, but I don't know if I can show or separate what you're seeing from the note taking right now.
Yeah, I just see that we haven't lost anybody. That's what I'm seeing.
Oh, I see.
That's what I was concerned with, because when you yeah, because what I'm thinking, what I was speaking of, if you think of how we learned. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, blah, 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 blah. You know, so if you start learning financial literacy with that same kind of cadence type learning, it can build a foundation for you to step off into something that's a lot more realistic than the Pledge of Allegiance. You heard what I'm saying?
Right.
You know,
and kids at KIPP forever. I mean, they teach them raps and songs.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. It will give them a foundation for thoughts other than pledging allegiance to something that has got a history of destroying our people. So we got to change that narrative in their minds.
Agreed. And just to, you know, because we're talking about this, and because I just hit record, I'm going to show a small piece of that video just one more time to get folks knowing what we have going on. Let's see, because it looks like I have to do a new share to get to this one. So let me show this one and the audio real quick. We won't watch the whole thing, but
Kings,
Share.
come on. What does it mean to own stock?
When you own a share of a company.
Come on. What's real estate investing?
Real estate investing is when you invest in a immovable property.
What's the two types of real estates?
commercial real estate and residential real estate.
What's commercial real estate?
Commercial real estate is property for businesses and workspace, like an office, store, and land.
And what's residential real estate?
Property to live on, like a house, apartment, or condominium.
Come on. It comes with extra fees when you have real estate, you feel me? Daddy tells you how many times he pays his state property tax a year.
Once a year.
What's the type of maintenance fee?
Cutting grass.
Come on. What's HOA?
Homeowner association.
And what comes along with that?
HOA fee.
Come on.
I mean, right there alone, right? HOA fees. I ain't learned about that till I still don't know about HOA fees completely. I didn't even know HOA fees was a thing until fairly recently, you know. So this is the kind of thing that we're hoping to be able to instill. And I think it just takes what figuring out what we're interested in sharing and what we're interested in and making sure that they know, right? And I guess one of those reasons we're able to kind of develop anything is to first know where we're going, right? And what we want, what we think is necessary for them to know. So I mean, maybe that's part of the planning process right now is what part of financial literacy? I know there's going to be part of financial literacy that I can't teach. We're going to have to tap into the resources. I think that's another thing. But if we're using the talent that we have here, then we have to kind of be tapping into what each of us knows to be the kind of starting point of where we go. You know, tap into our own strengths to share this with the folks the age group that we're interested in sharing it with. And I guess not to try to force anyone's hand as we are thinking through this, but I think there's no need to continue doing this talking about stuff when we know action is absolutely necessary. So when I go through and I'm taking the notes and I'm trying to create a plan and things like that, it's not to say, okay, like, let's hurry up and jump on this and do this now, but more so to say, let's move forward knowing that we have a plan in place of what this looks like a couple iterations from now. And what we ultimately are trying to share. And I guess we have to kind of start with where we are and what our skills are to be able to do that too. So I'm going to